So hand independence is one of the first major challenges that we all have to overcome when learning to play the piano, right? Because in order to play beautiful piano music, you have to be able to play different rhythms and different things with both hands at the same time, right? Simultaneously. That's what hand independence is. It's essentially developing a mind in each hand so that they can operate independently of the other. Because when we start learning, essentially our hands operate using the same mind, right? And so we need to start to detach the hands so that they can operate independently of each other so that you can play beautiful music like this, right? Because before you develop hand independence, you're stuck, you can't play freely, and you can't express yourself on the piano, and that's what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to express yourself on the piano. Okay, so I'm going to show you a really simple exercise here on the piano to just start separating the hands out so that you can actually play different things at the same time with the hands. Okay, let's get into it. So, we're going to use the 5-note scale. If you don't know what the 5-note scale is, I'm going to show it to you here. It's a really simple scale that I like to teach all the time because it's so easy, right? It's only 5 notes, and essentially you have your hands and fingers in the same position in both hands, where in the right hand you're starting on C, and the left hand your pinky is starting on C, and you're essentially just like playing up the C major scale like this, up to G, and then you're going back down, right? So up, and then back down. Right, that's the 5-note scale. It's really easy. And you're using all of the fingers, okay? That's why I kind of like to use this 5-note scale, because it activates all of the fingers. And essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to practice like different rhythms at the same time in both hands, okay? So essentially, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go up the right hand in the normal speed, like this. Okay, we'll call that the normal speed. And then the left hand is going to be half that speed. So the left hand is going to be like this. So what we're doing here is we're playing 2 notes in the right hand for every 1 note in the left hand. Check it out. So do you see how that works? We're actively training different rhythms, playing them simultaneously in both hands, okay? So again, we're playing 2 notes in the right hand for every 1 note in the left hand. And now what you want to do is you want to swap the hands such that the left hand becomes the fast hand and then the right hand becomes the slow hand. Okay, and then you want to kind of alternate between them. So do 2 times with the left hand being the slow hand, and then 2 times with the right hand being the slow hand. Okay, so that'll be like this. That's once. That's twice. And now switch them. That's the hard part, right? And that's actively training hand independence. And then switch them again. You see what I mean? So, yeah, that's essentially like how you can actually practice developing hand independence. Okay, that's a technical exercise, a drill that you can run regularly. And yeah, that'll definitely start to train different rhythms in the hands, right? And so another thing that you can do is you can practice. This is actually a more practical example, okay? Something that you're actually going to use when you're playing music. What the left hand does a lot of the time is plays chords, okay? So let's just play a C major chord, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to start by holding that C major chord, and then in the right hand, we're going to go up that 5-note scale like this. And then when it lands back on C, play the left hand again. like that. Alright, now switch them so that the right hand plays the chord and then the left hand goes up the scale. Then switch them. Okay, now you don't have to just use the C major triad. Let's try it with a different triad. Let's go up to the D minor triad and do the same exercise. Okay, so we're gonna start with the left hand holding that triad and the right hand going up the 5-note scale, now starting on D. Let's see how that sounds and looks. Switch them. And then you can go back to the C. And then you've got a little bit of a musical example of like an exercise. And then go up to D. Yeah, so what that is a more musical application of this same kind of exercise. Okay, the crux of the exercise, the main thing that we want to do here is we want to be playing different things in each hand. Okay, so notice in that second example, what we're doing there is we're holding a chord in one hand and we're playing more of a scale in the other hand, right? And that's what you're going to be doing a lot of the time when you're playing music. When you're playing music, the left hand will be kind of holding a chord and the right hand will be kind of doing some kind of solo thing or playing a melody, right? So let me just show you an example here. So my left hand is going to play a chord here. Right, so that's exactly what we were training, right? That's kind of like practically applying what we were training in a musical context where I'm holding a chord in the left hand and my right hand is kind of doing funky stuff, right? It's kind of we're just jamming. What I was doing there was I was playing a C minor pentatonic scale and just jamming between the C minor 7 and an F dominant. Right, don't worry about that. That's not what this lesson is about, but I'll cover that in another lesson. But yeah, that's essentially the exercise. Okay, so the main thing is playing different things in each hand at the same time, and you can run these drills. Right, I'm gonna make more videos like this. This was kind of a test run for my new setup. I thought that it's about time to level up my production quality here, so I've started using the microphone and it's a little bit of a different setup. Let me know how it is. And yeah, I'm really excited to keep pumping out content to help you unlock the keyboard. And if you want to speed run the journey, honestly, I discuss these exercises in way more detail in Unlock the Keyboard Pro. So definitely check out Unlock the Keyboard Pro. It's only $39 a month, which is honestly, I reckon it's a steal because like most traditional piano lessons are like between $40 to $50 a week. So you're going to get way more value than just a standard piano lesson for the price of like a single music lesson for a whole month. So I think it's a steal. But yeah, I'll leave it up to you to see whether or not that's for you or not. But yeah, that's there available to you. Otherwise, I'm going to be making content here on YouTube as well. So you can just subscribe to the channel if you like this stuff. And yeah, let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you want help with. And I'm happy to make videos. I want to start currently I do more like beginner tutorial stuff, but I want to start getting into more intermediate stuff because that's what I really want to teach. And yeah, awesome. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.